Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV at Frederick. My name is Callie Say and I'm here at Transwest in Trailer Sales. So for those of you that aren't familiar with us, we're right off I-25, about 30 minutes north of Denver. We are Cimarron and Logan dealers, so if you're looking for a brand new trailer, those are the two options that we carry. If you're looking for something used, take everything from little bumper pulls to big LQs in on trade. So what I have behind me today is a really special little trailer. This is one that our team kind of put together. We love these 2+1 configurations. We just think they're so adaptable to suit different needs. You have the traveling divider, the box stalls, nice big front tack, and then this one we completely loaded up. We wanted to do one that was just kind of decked to the nines in options, and I think if you're looking for a brand new 2+1 that suits all your needs, this is a great one to look at. So this is a 2025 Cimarron Norstar 2+1. I'm gonna have him go ahead and pull up the drawing on this one so you guys can get a look at the specs here. So we are a 25-foot box. It's a little bit longer than our standard 2+1s by 6 inches, and that's because we've added it to the front tack to give you some more options up there. You've got those two boxes. We have the 10-foot 10-inch compartment on the rear boxes and then an 8-foot 8 compartment on the front. Pass-through door into the stall area. You are 7'10" tall, 6'10" wide. You've got that nice little V-nose on the front. Let's go ahead and start up front here and we can walk through some of the options. First off, you're gonna notice as you look down the sides of this trailer, this thing is completely polished. We did the black aluminum sheets here. There's no way you're gonna miss this trailer as you drive down the road. We love all those extrusions that we've run all the way up to the front. When we walk around to the back, you'll see that we did a cool V on the rear ramp door. So this one is one that is gonna get you noticed. Right under here, we've got one of our best options on this trailer. This is your air ride suspension. So this trailer is running on two 7,000-pound Dexter Airflex axles. So an Airflex axle is actually a torsion axle, so you've got rubber torsion suspension. On top of that, you have airbags. Now the airbags, when they're inflated, raise up that box about 2 to 3 inches, and the actual box and frame of the trailer rests on those airbags instead of directly on those torsion axles. So the trailer frame kind of floats down the road. It makes it an incredibly smooth ride for your horses. I think that we have seen time and time again how much better animals ride, whether it be show cattle, horses, even equipment on these air ride trailers, that it pays for itself from the get-go. Now, an air ride trailer has better resale value than a regular torsion axle because people know that a used air ride is going to go really fast. Everybody is looking for them. When we get a used air ride trailer in, they don't generally last very long. Now, air ride suspension is very simple to operate. If you do have any issues with a leak in your lines or an issue with your compressor, it is okay to run down the road on this trailer on just those torsion axles. You'll even gain a little bit of extra cushion from those bags, even if they are deflated. So that is not an issue like they had on the old air ride trailers, where if you had an issue with your lines, you were stranded on the side of the road. So you can use this trailer as is without the air ride bags aired up, but that is gonna be your best feature on this trailer, is having those air ride bags aired up. It's got its own leveling valve, so you don't have to worry about knowing how much air to put in them. It will stop itself once it gets to the proper ride height. If you add a horse on, if you come up to a stop, you go up and down hills, you're gonna notice your compressor will kick on from time to time, and that's to keep that air in those bags at the level that it wants it to ride at. A simple raise lower system, on off. So you want to make sure your battery disconnect is green. That allows power to get to your air ride suspension. And then you just kick it on, throw it in the raise position, and that's how you travel down the road. Now I've got it aired down right now. When we have it aired down, I mentioned that that box gets picked up about 2 to 3 inches. If you air it down while you're loading your horses and walking up and down your ramps, it's gonna make it a little easier for everybody to get in and out of the trailer, so we're not quite as high off the ground. Something that you will see on all of our 2025 models with this hydraulic jack or air ride system is this Redarc. This Redarc is actually a heavy duty charge. It has its own ability to pop an internal fuse so that if you have an issue with your power going from your jack to the trailer, maybe too low of a battery, it's not going to pop that 12-volt supply fuse on your pickup. That is something we see all the time. Somebody hooks up to a trailer, they start rolling down the road, all of a sudden their air ride stops working. It's generally because the battery is getting drawn off the air ride. If you're running interior lights, some people put fans on their trailers, draws a lot of power off of it. So if your 12-volt fuse is blown, you're not having any power recharging that battery as you drive. Now what this does is it turns it into a heavy-duty charge. So instead of just a trickle charger for your battery, as you drive, it's going to amplify that charge coming off your tow vehicle, and it will actually not just supply power, but it will charge up your battery as you drive. So that's going to help prevent a lot of lower dead batteries. What we see a lot is people driving short distances and they're not ever really getting a charge on this battery because everything else is pulling down from it at the same time. And then they think they've driven a long time, their battery's got to be nice and charged up, they run their lights with at their show, then their battery dies. They go to hook up their trailer, pops the fuse on the truck. So this is just a really nice little safety net and also helps charge up that battery. I think you're gonna be really happy that these Redarcs have made their way onto the scene on the trailer world here. Electric over hydraulic jack was a must-have on this trailer. This is too nice of a trailer to have to hand crank up and down. We do have that manual override. Now hopefully if your 12-volt supply is working on your truck, thanks to this Redarc, you have to have the fuse working in the first place when you hook up. But it's gonna be nice and charged up so you won't ever have to use the manual override, but it's nice to have if you ever need it. We upgraded the wheels and tires on this particular one. We did these nice big 17.5 load range J Coopers. We've been a really big fan of these Coopers. We did a black spoke, which I will show you guys on the wheels on the ground. This one is flipped around. But what's cool about these wheels and tires that Cimarron provides is that they have their own warranty. So not only do you get the 8-year structural, 3-year hitch to bumper warranty for Cimarron for any Cimarron manufactured parts, you also get an additional warranty with the purchase of your trailer through Lion's Head. That warranties these tires for 1 year, no questions asked, 2 years of roadside assistance, and 5 years against any manufacturer defects. So even if you hit some road debris in that first year and blow a tire or two, they've got you covered. They'll send you a replacement at no cost to you, and you can get back on the road to get back to your shows or trails or anything like that. So really great wheels and tires. These load range J's are going to be plenty of tire underneath it for any of these big horses or equipment that you put on this trailer. Like I said, it's a nice trailer. We optioned it as much as we could. We've got a nice little 16-inch awning light under here. One of the things our customers really love is having that light, so if they're getting ready to hook up at night, they can throw this on. If they've got to change a tire, they can see what they're doing. Just gives a really nice splash of light here up front. We've been doing these on our Logans for a long time, but we've started adding them to a lot of our Cimarrons. Now I want to take a second to talk about this V-nose here. I love how a V-nose air ride trailer pulls. Even though this thing is 7'10" tall, that's just on the interior height, you got to take into account the axles and wheels and tires. This thing will pull amazing down the road. You're probably not even going to notice it's behind you. This V-nose is so aerodynamic, it cuts through the wind, it gives you increased turn radius, and we've actually done some tests on V-nose versus the standard taper, and we've seen about a 3 mile per gallon difference on a V-nose trailer versus a standard taper. So it's helping save you money, it's letting you get in and out of tight spaces, and I think it just looks really cool as well. So these V-nose air rides, there's nothing better, in my opinion, if you're looking for a good pulling trailer. We've done the wraparound nose on this one versus the standard VP style. It's a beautiful trailer. We wanted to really highlight all this polished extrusion here. So having that wraparound was kind of a no-brainer for us. You'll notice as you look along the top rail there, we have decked this thing out in lights. We've got big awning lights, you've got lots of button lights running up and down the front of it. it's going to be nice and bright as you roll down the road at night. Right over here, we have combo lock on the front tack door. So one of the things that a lot of people complain about is having to have enough keys or leaving their door with all their tack unlocked. So having a combo lock, you can set the code to whatever you want, give that code out to a few trusted people, and then you have the ability to lock and unlock your trailer without your keys. So this is a deadbolt style, nice and secure. A lot of people are really big fans of having this. We like to add these to the tack doors. Now, even though this trailer is 6'10" wide, we don't want to have to deal with stepping in and off of the running board. You can see we've got the running board down low there, but we kind of stop it here, and we've got this nice big fold-up step. This just makes it so much easier to get in and out of that trailer so that you're not having to huck your foot all the way up with tack and boxes and everything to get in and out of this area. We've got a nice big brush tray on this door here. So if you've got all your grab and go items, those are nice to have stashed there. And then something that we've been doing on our cattle trailers, but it's kind of made its way into our horse trailer, is this gray rubber tread flooring. We've decided that we can actually put it on the wall and we can eliminate almost all the carpet that you see on these trailers. On where you hang your bridles, it's going to keep them nice and safe, but also not mark up the walls and leave those unsightly marks on your aluminum. But it's also not going to hold as much smell as those carpets. The carpets that Cimarron uses, they're a high-grade indoor-outdoor carpet, so they're a lot more stain and dirt resistant. You can wash them with soap and water, but inevitably they do hold odors more than this rubber tread. So if we can eliminate as much as we can in here, just a really, really nice option. We've carried that onto the floor, and now I've always been a big fan of the black rubber mats that we put in here over the carpet on the floor, but this is an even better option because it won't swell and contract like a rubber mat. You don't have to worry about all that dirt and debris getting in those seams. It's got a lot more tread on it than a rubber mat, so if you accidentally spill some show sheen or something on this floor, you're not gonna slip and fall on your butt here. It just gives it a lot more traction. And then we've got our bridle hooks up high here, this pass-through door into the stall area. I know a lot of people that use these 2+1s tend to haul their horses in the front, and then as they get to a show, they'll pile everything on in this front tack, or in this front box here, and it just gives them a lot of easy access to get in and out. You'll see tons of show boxes and hay and everything in this front stall on a lot of them. Over on this wall here, we've got a 5'6" wall. Now generally on our 2+1s, we tend to upgrade to a 5-foot short wall on these tacks, but we wanted 5.5 because we've got this giant 18-inch boot box. Those 12-inch boot boxes are nice to have, but this gives you so much more storage. You can even throw buckets in there. It's just really nice to have all that additional storage space and still have enough room for all your saddles and blankets. Now, if you're just hauling with show boxes, and you don't even use these saddle tiers, you can just loosen the top and bottom bolts, and you can slide them all the way on and off. You can move them up. If you're not going to use the blanket bars, you can move these all the way up and have a bunch of trunks underneath here. It gives you a lot of different flexibility, lots of options, and that's one of the things that I love about Cimarron trailers, is that they're always finding ways to innovate and make it so that you can customize these trailers to suit your needs even after you buy them. Up here in the nose, we've got windows on either side of the gooseneck, a giant clothes rod that runs front to the back of that nose. Lots of light on the interior in this one. We've got 2 big OptiBrite lights, which is going to really make this like daylight if you're at a show at night. And then we did do carpeting on the gooseneck wall and drop here just to make it a little more comfortable. Some people will throw a bedroll up in this, take a nap during a show, so it just gives you that flexibility to have that as an option. There will be a nice big 48-gallon Half Moon water tank right here. They are on back order, but they are making their way here, and it will be installed before too long. So we're going to go ahead and walk through this pass-through here. Nice little option. Like I said, it kind of makes it as a mudroom staging area You know, I've even seen people throw coolers and refrigerators in this first compartment here. Just gives you a lot of usable space for if you're not having a horse in here full time, if you just want to haul them on the straight load stalls. If you are hauling a horse in this box, we did option it with lots of tie rings, big roof vents. You've got a nice big drop down window on that escape door. So there's lots of flexibility for how you use this stall. We went ahead and put windows, slider windows on this side over here just for a little extra ventilation. And then if you want to walk horses in and off of that side ramp, these doors just pop right open and stay secured against the sidewalls. So you can load horses off the back and walk them right off this side ramp. This side ramp has great texture to it. It's a nice rubber tread side ramp. Helps prevent a lot of the slickness that we see, especially if you're loading and unloading horses in the wintertime when they've got ice packed in their shoes. It gives them a lot more grip than a lot of the ramps that you see. On the floor itself, we've gone ahead and optioned this one with Werm flooring. Now, this is something that I am a big proponent of. If you can do it right from the get-go, before you even load a horse on it, you are going to protect your aluminum floor for years and years to come. So Werm flooring is a permanent floor that we install. Now this one was done in Oklahoma at Cimarron. And the best part about it is that, so Cimarron has one of the strongest aluminum floors on the market. They are 4-inch centers with a V-truss every other. So we want to protect this really strong aluminum floor that Cimarron has created for us. And one of the biggest things that will cause damage to an aluminum floor is horse urine. So we want to prevent that horse urine from ever getting to that floor by having a permanent floor that doesn't drain, that you can just power wash right out. It's going to help increase the longevity of your trailer. It's going to help prevent any pitting or corrosion that you might see. So right from the factory, we've started doing this on almost all of our 2+1s, because what we found is that although we love our traveling dividers and all of these stud gates, removable posts, it does make it a pain if you have to pull mats in and out of your trailer to clean your floor, because you have to work around all of these posts and angles and footings. So it just makes it so much easier, helps protect the investment for the customer if we just worm this floor right from the get-go. Now we've got a nice little escape door on this side. I like the ends on these bars that they have at the chest bar for the escape door here, and then over the side ramp. The side ramp actually is on a slider, so it slides up and down. It's got a nice little hold for it right here, and then you can swing it over and just clip it right into place. Generally, we would just have a strap that goes across, but a lot of our customers have been asking for something a little more secure if they're hauling a horse in this box stall. They want to be able to drop that ramp down and not have somebody just try and run through a strap. So this was a cool little invention that they came up with. It's a slider. There's a heavy duty plastic here on this track, so it's going to stay nice and easy to use. If they do metal on metal, over time it wears a lot faster and it'll get a little harder to use. So this heavy duty plastic, they'll buffer almost everything they've got with a heavy duty plastic so they don't have that metal to metal. Keeps it quieter, increases longevity. But one of the things we saw with this opening here, this is a nice big side ramp on this one. So if we had just had a bar, it would be kind of hanging out at an angle. If you wanted to unclip it, you might have to. You're covering a 56-inch wide span here. So having it on this track, you can run this up and lock it down into place, and it stays nice and secure and out of the way. So a lot of people are really big fans of this one right here. Now for your escape door here, we optioned this one with a fold down step. Once again, most people are not using it to escape a horse out. They're using it to jump in and out. So instead of having to step on the running board, you've got a nice fold down step, which makes it really easy to access that area. We've got big drop down windows over the head side here where your straight load stalls are. Once again, just beautiful extrusions. These extrusions actually add quite a bit of structural strength to your trailer. They're triple hollow slats and they all interlock. All the welding is done on the inside. If you look at one of our stock trailers, you can see all the clean welds that Cimarron does on the inside, but then they go ahead and plate and kick mat and insulate behind those sidewalls. So one of the things we see in aluminum trailers, and it is less noticeable on an air ride trailer because there's less vibration and flex, but aluminum trailers do flex as they travel down the road. So whatever we can do to stiffen up these sidewalls to help prevent some of that flex, it's going to help improve the longevity of your trailers. And I'm sure you guys have noticed a theme here. Cimarron does whatever they can to improve the longevity of your trailers. So having these sidewalls, especially run all the way up to the front, is going to really make this trailer very structurally sound. As we work our way around the back here, I didn't want to drop this down this ramp just yet. I wanted to show you guys this cool V that we did with this black extrusion, or sorry, with this black sheeting and these extrusions. Just makes for a really cool setup. These wraparound Dutch doors are a really nice option for some additional airflow. Now, one of the things we did on this one, which is really cool, is we did that spoiler on the top. So if you are running with these windows open, what you'll notice on a lot of trailers, especially if you're running up and down a lot of dirt roads, is that the wind swirls right there at the end. You suck a lot of dust into the rear of your trailer. It's very common in stock trailers. You'll see horses that are saddled and that last horse is always the dirtiest horse because all that dirt just swirls right here and gets sucked into your trailer. So this spoiler actually helps push this air away from the trailer. So your horses are going to be less likely to have as much dirt on them, which is going to improve their environment a little because they're not breathing in all that dust. It's also going to keep the back of your trailer a little bit cleaner. All right, so now we've got our straight load stalls here. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Cimarron 2+1 traveling divider, it is one of the coolest features. I think people are still in awe of how well it works. We've got these nice little butt bars, and these ones, butt and chest bars, are both padded on these. On the rears, we just have the regular swoop here. We've got child safety locks on the front. If you've got a gelding that likes to mess with things, hopefully they're not smashed up against the front of your doors when you get there. So this helps prevent them from being able to pop that out. We went ahead and padded this full divider with bars. Now, we used to do a head divider on this section here, and then it would be open right here. We realized that because we have enough room on these 2+1s to swing these horses out and walk them around, we don't need a breakover head divider. So what we did is we did a full rectangle, which improved the strength. It also minimized the amount of AR latches we needed to secure this trailer, and it minimized noise, because that head divider, anytime you can eliminate a part, you are eliminating noise. Now, Cimarron does a great job, and like I said, they buffer anything they've got with plastic for a metal-to-metal contact, so it's going to be a nice quiet ride for those horses. But by eliminating that head divider, we can make it even quieter. So this is one of my favorite features on this 2+1 trailer. We do them on almost everything now, but we've got these AR latches, and you'll see they've kind of jayed out, so it kind of holds these in place where they need to be. And all you have to do is get about center on it, and you walk it over to its storage position. So just like that, you can make a box stall on this trailer. It is so easy to operate that it really takes the hassle out of moving a divider. On our other 2+1 options, previous to this, we would have to have two people take this divider out. You'd have to find a place to store it because generally it didn't fit that well in your tack room. So then you're left with the option of either having to leave your divider somewhere or not take that extra horse that you actually accidentally bought at the show back home with you. So just gives you that flexibility to make really bad decisions, or good ones, depending on what you're looking for here. But it makes it so that if you've got equipment that you need to run up to the front, you can take this center post out, same operation for the AR latch, run golf carts all the way up to the front stall. You can use this for mares and foals so that they've got a nice place to hang out and you don't have to worry about a foal getting stuck under a divider. And then, like I said, these doors are so easy to just swing closed. I think that's what everybody loves about a Cimarron, is just the ease of operation. Everything just moves so smoothly, works so well. Up here on the roof, one of my other favorite features on the Cimarrons is this FiberTech roof that they've got running from the very front to the very back of this trailer. It's about a 1/2 inch thick. If you ever were to take one apart, it's got a honeycomb core. We've always got samples at our desk, so if you want to come and check it out in person, you can see what that structure looks like. But what they do is they do a single pour. So they used to do a laminated structure, but a long time ago they were having issues with water getting under those lamination and delaminating it. So by doing a single pour, they've eliminated any issues that you might have there. And the honeycomb core is extremely dent resistant. I could walk up and down this trailer without having to stand on any of the roof bows. I could jump up and down. We've recorded up to baseball size hail hitting this roof without any damage. And it also gives some insulating properties. So it's an R3 thermal value, keeps the stall area nice and cool. If you were to haul horses in here in the winter, you would still have snow sitting on the top because it insulates that roof so well that heat doesn't transfer in and the cold doesn't transfer in. So it just really helps protect this stall area and keep those horses nice and comfortable. Love the Cimarron roof. That is standard on every single Cimarron that you will see. Grease cert hinges. So get yourself a grease gun. If you've got horses, you probably own a tractor. So you probably have a grease gun laying around, but go ahead and put some grease in your zerts a couple times a year. Keeps all those hinges nice and lubricated so that you don't have anything seize up, bind up on you. Once again, just a really nice way you can maintain your trailer and protect your value. Backup lights are now standard on the 25 models. So if you throw your truck in reverse, these are all gonna light up nice and bright so you can see what you're doing. You don't have to run all the way to the back, switch on your 8-inch awning light at the rear here, and just makes it so much easier to operate. So as we work our way back to the front here, I wanted to point out how easy these side ramps are to pick up and down. They are spring loaded. So if you're looking for something nice and easy, it's not like those old ramps where they try and take you out as they come down. Very simple to operate. And then you guys are probably gonna wanna check this one out, because if it's not available by the time you're seeing this video, there's a good chance you're gonna wanna build something just like it. And if it is still available, we can get you build sheets and you can take a closer look at it. So go ahead and look at our website, transwest.com. Stock number on this one's 5N240598. It is a 2025 Cimarron Norstar 2+1. So if you guys have any questions on this one, I love these Cimarron trailers. I love the 2+1 setups. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. My name is Callie Say. My direct line is 970-309-6368. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in today. I hope everybody has a really great Friday.